Hey folks, once again, we're hearing the term most generous when it comes to our benefits. That's really a way for a politician to sidestep their moral obligation to the disabled community. By saying most generous, they're implying that we get more than enough. And as I've said before, what most generous really means is they're comparing their grade of D minus to everybody else's grade of F. If we have it the best, then one has to wonder how bad it is everywhere else. The idea of the social contract is to ensure that the vulnerable are taken care of, and sidestepping your moral obligation is not the way to do that. The term most generous could also be aimed at the UCP supporter who has a moral compass, because if they don't know how we're doing, the wordplay that the UCP uses with that meme would convince some people that we're doing actually pretty well. Recently, however, we've all seen on TV, or most of us have probably seen on TV, the ad saying that the UCP is re-indexing taxes for Albertans and giving Albertans relief at the pumps and relief on their taxes with the indexing. Because of inflation, the UCP is helping out Albertans, but they're not helping us, and we're the poorest and most impoverished. So I'm asking, what is the difference? If you realize that Albertans are suffering, how can you overlook the most vulnerable? It's just a silly statement. It's a silly ad campaign, and it looks like it's generated to garner votes, which it probably will. I am hoping that many of us have bought a membership in the UCP so that we can vote on their next leader and get somebody like Rajan, who has said that they would re-indexation right back to the point it was de-indexed. With a $13 billion surplus, they could certainly do that. And we have to remember it's a $13 billion surplus that still exists even after the UCP gave tax cuts to the very wealthiest corporations. So there can't be this double standard of um, giving to the rich and robbing from the poor in Alberta. With all that said, there are members of the UCP that are very upset with the idea of de-indexing niche. Um, the UCP is a collection of different ideologies. It's libertarians, neoliberals, and true conservatives. And I think you'll find, if you've ever met a true conservative like Ed Stelmach, that conservatives have care and fairness as their moral foundations, just like liberals do. A conservative might differ in that they demand the best bang for the buck, and the liberals will get it done no matter what the cost. I suppose I could sum that up as a difference, and I'm sure many people will have a difference of opinion. The other issue is we see this philosophy of we are doing well enough with clawbacks. Now, clawbacks shouldn't exist at any point where we are still under the poverty line. At the minimum, we should be allowed to reach the poverty line if that is really a great measure or something to be attained uh, with pride, uh, is questionable. All of us should live above the poverty line, but there's no amount of money that can ever make us whole. And we have to balance our desires with what society will accept. But I think many of you will find that society wants a lot better for us than what is currently being provided. So I'm going to keep this short today, and that's going to be it for now. To recap, there's an ad campaign that says The UCP is helping Albertans with cuts to various things like gasoline taxes and personal taxes. But we are not included in that, and that's really a big issue for me. And I hope it's a big issue for all of you, and that you can now pass the message around to others and ask that same question. Why is everybody that's doing better than us being given a break, and we are being passed over? So I hope you all have a nice day. That's it for now. Cheers.